Yo, welcome to another episode of Detroit Table Talk. I'm your host, Dro, along with my wonderful co-host, Carmen Evans.
Hey.
Oh, it's been a rough week. I had an irritating week this week.
I'm with you.
I had, some irritating people come around, had some irritating things happen. It was, I ain't gonna say it was rough. It was just a test. Yeah, a test this week, a test for my patience.
Listen, by yesterday,
Tell us about it.
I wanted to cuss yesterday, but I didn't.
What happened? Tell us about it.
I called myself, I seen a buddy of mine selling some puppies.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, this is the perfect time, to grab a puppy for my grandson. So, I inboxed him and whatever and asked him, what do I need to do? And then he told me, I have to give a down payment so it will hold my puppy. Come to find out, it wasn't his page that was selling the puppies. Wow. Somebody had hacked them. And my crazy butt has sent money. So, I was... I was like livid.
Yeah, I can understand.
Because I made the mistake of already telling my grandson that, I was going to get him a dog. And, I had the picture, so I sent him a picture. And once I realized I had been, scammed, I didn't know how to tell my 4-year-old grandson, like, there is not a puppy.
Right.
He called me at least 20, 25 times yesterday asking me. He had named the dog Chip. He kept FaceTiming me. I just realized Chip was standing next to the door, like this picture I seen. I sent him. Yeah. So the dog was like in front of a wall or something. Yeah. He was just really analyzing the picture. And it was like tearing my heart out. So I put a Facebook post up and, of course, my homie GB, she was on it. She was trying to help me. We was calling all kind of numbers. Yeah. We was sending out smoke signals. We was doing everything. But, our people, let me say this. You can't make people change their price. Their price is what it is. Mm-hmm. So you can't get mad. But our people we be doing too much.
Yeah, sometimes.
They was asking too much for them little dogs. And I was like, So, make a long story short, this morning I got an inbox saying, hey, I got this, this dog. I was like, is your price negotiable? And she was like, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I was like, let's do this. So the young lady drove from Ashley, Michigan. She met me more than halfway. She met me in Howell, Michigan, and I went and got my little grand dog.
Okay, so did y'all change the name, or did y'all keep the same name, Chip?
My grandson think his name is Chip, but we didn't change his name to Ace.
Oh, well, Ace sounds a little bit better anyway.
So when he see the dog, we're going to have to explain, like, why don't you consider Ace? Yeah. But if he keep insisting that it's Chip, I'm sorry, Chip/Ace going to have two names. But he is so cute.
What kind of dog, if you don't mind me asking?
So he's a Yorkie and a Maltese mixed. Okay. So he's a Morkie. Okay. But he is so adorable. And he's like 2.6 pounds. Oh, really? And he only get to 10 pounds. Okay. So, in my mind, I'm already at the store, trying to find clothes and...
Oh, that's the type of dog y'all gonna make it into.
And, my son's like... But no, we have to get him some clothes.
I don't know about that. I'm from the east side. I ain't never dressed no dog up, but I understand that's what it is nowadays.
Yeah.
Definitely understand.
So, I'm excited about that. That really changed my, my spirit around, because I promise you, every time that baby called me or FaceTime me and said, Nene, where's Chip? Right. It like broke my heart. I was like, man, I'm going to have to go in my savings account.
Right. Well, I'm glad y'all got Ace. Chip,
listen,
whatever
I know.
his name gonna be now. I'm glad y'all got it.
I'm so excited. So how was your week?
Like I said, it was irritating, but we made it through it, so
that's good.
I ain't tripping at all.
That's good.
It was a test. It was a test.
You passed it, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, as long as you pass it, so you don't have to retake it.
The good Lord blessed me, so.
You know,
I ain't tripping.
I flunked, a couple of them this week.
Yeah, but hurdles gonna always be in the way, but they ain't no obstacle though. But we got a great show though.
Oh, you know what? I'm excited.
I am too.
But I'm always nervous when we talk about certain things.
There's no need to be. There's no need to be. But for our viewers, if you have any children that's watching or in the room, get them out. Now is the time.
Yes.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
We ain't got time to waste like that. So the topic of today's show episode is the adult industry. So we're going to get deep into it, as deep as we can possibly get. And we have some special guests. One of our special guests is a young lady that goes by the name of Lake.
Hi, Miss Lake.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're so glad to have you at the table.
And I am so glad to be introduced as a young lady.
You're right, young lady.
I've been called a lot of things, but young and lady is not two of them.
Oh.
Hey.
But I appreciate it.
Young, beautiful young lady. Look at it. Look at it.
I'll take it. The young part is still getting me, but I'll take it all day.
Oh, listen. Come on now, y'all. Look at the screen. She don't look no more than 30 years old.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet.
So I'm so glad we met you when you walked in today. I'm real big on spirits and stuff like that. Not like, in a spooky, weird kind of way or whatever. But I always look for spirits, for the atmosphere. So even though, we're talking about the adult entertainment industry, you made me feel a little bit more comfortable.
Oh.
Because I'm nervous.
Well,
I'll get up.
Well, I don't think anything about the adult industry, sexuality is anything to be nervous about, especially at this day and age and this point in time that we're in. So
I'm coming out my shell.
I'm nervous to be here meeting you guys for the first time. So
I'm coming out my shell. I've been raised and brewed and stewed in the church. So unfortunately, a lot of times what we're taught in the church can shift how we think and
Absolutely.
how we behave, how we act. It can overpower our theology or ideology about things.
Yes.
So I'm learning to be free, in my latter years. I was like, one of them people like, you can't do that, you can't do that. And some things I'm still, I hold fast to, but right now I'm living in my freedom. I'm taking it back and I'm doing what makes Carmen feel, good.
I think freedom is one of the best places to live, especially with all the things we've gone through.
Listen, okay, because I kept myself in a tight box and didn't go out of it. And now the season that I'm in, I absolutely love this season I'm in because God is bringing so many different people to my life. And they are so encouraging. They're walking me through it. They're walking with me. And it's a humbling experience, but it's such a free experience.
Right.
So I'm excited about that.
Well, welcome.
Yeah.
welcome.
Oh, that is so funny. So tell us about your business.
Well, to start off with, those who know me by trade, you guys know me as Lake B Essence. I am a Detroit photographer.
Okay.
That is my number one business. A few people know me as Mrs. Pleasure Toy. And that's because I sell sex toys, but as well as I speak openly and freely about sex pleasuring and sexual education. So I was not really shocked when I got the invite because a lot of people know me to be open to talk about the subject in all aspects from A to Z. I really don't have too much that I'm uncomfortable with.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that I may not have done myself, but I can probably point out a few people who have, and I am able to talk about it because of open conversations and dialogue with various people.
Nice. So tell us about your products that you are selling.
Oh, okay. Well, today I didn't necessarily bring products that I am selling, but if anybody is interested, I do have those roses on deck still. And I have a lot to say about the rose, but I have roses, I have massages, I have books, I have some of my favorite things like...
Oh, you got masks and whips and chains?
Well, I didn't bring any whips and chains today.
Okay.
My bag would have been too heavy. But I did bring, like, this little get up right here is for role playing.
Okay, I like that.
And it is... you do have masks, you do have some ties and handcuffs in there. And one thing that I always discuss with people when it comes to their sexuality, you have to be open to try new things. And sometimes trying new things have a lot to do with being a different person.
Okay.
Or doing something that's outside of what you say your box is.
Okay.
And the best way to do that for a lot of people is being blindfolded and tied up.
Oh my goodness. Let me be honest with you. I don't know. I would have to be, I would have to be so comfortable with you because that's really relinquishing your power. You got to be really,
I have to trust you.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. I have to really trust you to know that, that's just, oh, Jesus.
Well, I think what people need to understand when it comes to sex, especially now that we're embarking in a new age, that you need to trust whomever you're with. Because at this point in time, in this age that I'm 43, you know, so at 43, I'm not laying down with anybody I don't trust. You know what I mean? Or, you know, I actually had somebody I was going to hook up with, and I went and packed my pistol, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I don't trust this dude.
Right.
Maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
If you got to carry,
you know, like,
carry.
So we really need to think about who we lay down with.
That's true.
But so I brought that, and one thing I think would be nice for a lady like you, a young lady, is this is a massager. Right, and this is a massager that anyone can have in their home. And it's not only for clitoral stimulations, but it's also for deep massaging. It's for
for your
legs, backs, wherever you can reach.
Okay.
But a lot of people keep this in the house because their kids go through their stuff.
Okay.
And they just say, Mommy got a massager. You know, don't worry about. So, but a lot of times, Mommy do a lot of awesome things with this.
Okay.
You know those awesome.
I don't know those things.
You are turning red. Dro, help her out.
Well.
Oh my goodness.
What I'd be saying? See, here's the thing.
Right.
No,
you want to pass it down to her so she can see some of the awesome things it could do.
Yeah. So
this is like.
So you like put that down there to your sensitive little spot, and you let it go to work.
So, okay, I'm about to ask you a question I just don't know the answer to. This is wow. This is a lot of power to it.
It is a lot of power. And it has different, if you keep pushing the button there, it has multiple vibrations. So.
Okay, so does this, would this
make you come? Oh, I mean, will it what? Will it bring you there? Will it take you to higher ground?
It's gonna get the job done.
It's gonna get the job done in a nice, safe way.
But will this also, man, you may not want to go back to him.
Please.
You know what?
Did you feel the power on that thing?
I feel the power of my thing.
Well, this is a lot of people concerned. And I sell, trust me, I sell to a lot of men for their ladies. Mm-hmm. In reality, with the exception of the roses during COVID.
Okay.
That's one thing people have to understand. This rose craze and everything, the roses is no different than any other vibrator. It was just petite, and it's something that you can carry in your purse.
Is that a rose? What is that? What is
no,
that called?
That's a massager.
Okay.
This is a rose.
Okay, so now I brought one of those about 2 weeks ago, you know, to do some research for this podcast. And when I turned it on, I put it on my arm to see how it was nothing like what you just showed me, because you can feel that in your hand. But that rose that I brought, it was like, I didn't understand. That sounds more than what I have.
You got scammed twice.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't see what the hype is about. I mean, of course, I didn't use it. I just put it on my arm, but I'm like, I didn't see the hype of it.
You put it on your arm.
Yeah, but it wasn't packing no punch to it. So I was like, I'm not finna waste my time.
Well, the roses are very powerful and they have 10 different speeds. One of the things that I tell people, though, the reality of it is we were in 2020 when people started buying the rose and they were lacking human stimulation.
Okay.
You should never be worried about overexhausting yourself with using a sexual toy for pleasuring that you wouldn't want a man.
Okay.
Or a woman. Humans are meant to be with other humans.
Okay.
That's our connection. That's what I feel. So I can't ever see someone saying, "Oh, I have this and I'll never want a man again." I am not dating currently, and going to the movies and eating dinner alone sucks.
Yeah.
Shit. Men have more purposes than penis.
Well,
they pay for the movies and dinner,
You're right. That's part of their responsibility.
Right. Cut the grass. I got a leaky pipe, you know. So.
Man, that's wow. I don't even know what to say after that.
I could say
I have anal beads if you want me to go there.
I can say a few things.
Say it all.
As a man,
okay,
I don't have a problem bringing sex toys in the bedroom. But it has to be certain toys. It can't be no. I'm not for sure about this. But as far as the rose, I'm not for sure if they still make rabbits or.
They do make rabbits.
Now, what's a rabbit?
The rose is the new rabbit.
And bullets.
The bullet is the new rose.
Yeah. See, a lot of men will get uncomfortable with things like that, being in the bedroom. Me, I love it. Bring anything to help, and anything to help make the sex more intense.
What I usually find is men are usually intimidated by anything that you penetrate with, like any sorts of dildos. But if it's clitoral stimulation, then they can be a part of it. They will provide you with the dildo. They are the dildo. So what is
a rabbit?
A rabbit is a vibrator, and it's shaped like a rabbit, and they have the two little bunny ears.
Okay.
And they kind of massage the sides of your clit.
Okay.
They're cute. Most of it come in pink.
Okay.
A lot of things.
Speaking of men, bringing men into the
A lot of things come in pink.
Okay.
Oh.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's like a vibrator and a.
It's a vibrator, and more so, I would use it more anally than this is for me. For penetration, is a little too small.
Okay.
But it would be based on what your preference is. You could use it for penetration, but I'm not 12.
Right.
Hopefully, out there trying to get them some. Go sit down, young lady. Young man.
You're right. So, is our other special guest on?
So we just want to also.
You ready? Okay, we got another special guest for you. Introducing Mr. Marcus.
What up?
Hi, sir.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. What's happening? I hear y'all over here talking about dildos and men and cooking.
Give us 1 second,
Dinner.
Mr. Marcus. Okay,
we can hear you.
There you go.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm listening to y'all talking about men's contribution to the bedroom and
Mr. Marcus,
dinner.
I'm over here nervous, okay?
Why? Because you just met a superstar.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, Mr. Marcus.
I'm nervous because all this is like, it's new. So I'm learning as we're talking.
Okay. Mr.
How's it
Marcus,
going?
for the people who don't know you, let the people know who you are.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just Marcus. I was in the porn business for almost 20 years, 25 years, performing. Um, I don't know. Started in the early 90s. I wrote a book called Porn Star Guide to Great Sex, which is kind of like a how-to for the virgin, from the virgin to the whore, and
Okay.
techniques to the sexually aggressive, to the sexually repressive. Yeah, and everybody in between.
Right. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. I know you got some questions, Miss Carmen. I know you do.
Well, you can ask your question first. Right?
No, I'm
Am I able to just say hi and thank you for getting me through high school? I've had you on VHS, DVD, streamed live, and a lot of different sites. So it is a pleasure to say hello, Mr. Marcus.
Well, you can go with questions as well.
Actually, my son's middle name is Marcus. Okay. Hi. So, you say you started in the early 90s.
Yeah.
When the business was
93.
93. See that?
What made you get in the industry?
I think a lot of people are discovering themselves sexually.
Okay.
It's a continuous thing. You know what I mean? Like even to this day, even in our older ages, we still experiment and explore and want to experience things that are different.
Okay.
And I didn't know nothing about the porn industry, but I knew my sexual appetite was pretty strong. I just didn't have a lot of experience, and the porn industry seemed like an outlet for everything. It seemed like a place that would support that sexual
That drive.
that sexual drive.
So at what point did you go from just having a high drive to being introduced to the porn industry? Did you come across someone that, introduced you to it?
I call it serendipity because
Okay.
when I went to the porn convention that they have every year in Las Vegas, basically I met everyone who was influential in getting me involved in the adult business, and they became like my mentors. They were well established in the business, but they opened up the door and kind of gave me guidance.
Now, let me tell you something. Not until maybe about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I did not know they had a whole convention.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
I had no clue it was this big.
That's huge.
Yeah, that one, the AVN has been about, I want to say maybe 40 years.
Wow.
They've been doing it since the mid 80s. So when I came along, it was still pretty, relevant. Now there's other conventions, there's other award shows, there's other lifestyle conventions that are, have all been sprouted out of the adult business. We have a convention called Attica. It's held
Okay.
4 times. That's in New Jersey, Chicago, DC, Miami. It bounces, but it's like a continuation of the AVN Awards. It's a lot more personal. It's geared towards the fans. It's geared towards couples. It's geared towards an adult lifestyle.
Have you ever won an award? And how many?
Yeah. I won about 15, 16 awards.
That's
17, because I'm giving you one.
Wow.
So I do have a question. Have you ever had to pair with somebody who wasn't sexually interesting to you and still have to perform? Because I know it's still business at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean that's when it's a job. When there's like you don't have no chemistry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Says sexually interesting. I mean, there's always something about people. You just gotta find it. You gotta tune into it. Sometimes it's the conversation. Sometimes it's their attitude. Sometimes it's their outlook. It's not necessarily a physical thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can you can connect on different levels if you search hard enough.
So, how do you get the young ladies? Is she provided when you get to the spot, or do you bring her? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing in our industry is consent. You know, there's there's way more agencies and models than when I started. So a lot of girls are signed up for this service. You know, for this. They're tested. They've shot some other scenes before, so they come with a little bit of experience. And so the producer or director looks to match people up who want. If you get a better scene if you got two people who want to be together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If they want, if there's a common, if there's chemistry between the two, then all the it's not even a job anymore. It's just more about enjoying the performance.
They have a whole agency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's several agents, licensed and bonded in different states, from here to Atlanta to Miami to Las Vegas. Yep, it's grown. It's a big business.
I was doing some research, and it blew my mind to read that with Amazon, Google, any of the streaming sites, porn was the biggest out of all of them combined.
That blew your mind?
That blew my mind. I did not know that it was that big of an industry.
Yeah, it's very huge. So, Mr. Marcus.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry.
I got, some sexual activity. So it's our nature.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, most definitely. So, are you still in the industry behind the scenes?
I'm involved. I'm always involved. We do Urban Exports, which we do every year. It honors more of the overlooked performers in the business. Okay. I'm a part of that that crew of people who put that on. Okay. I show up all the exoticas, the fan base active on social media. I'm an advocate for sex workers. I'm an advocate for testing. I'm an advocate for sex toys. Okay. I'm an advocate for tolerance, acceptance, and understanding when it comes to sexual work. And then we're also trying to make it safer and decriminalize it. Yeah. So, and then there's always support. I always come across new talent, people who just get into the business. So I try my best to advise them on some of the, pitfalls and obstacles that they're going to encounter.
How did the conversation go when your parents found out?
They were like, "Boy, what you doing? Boy, you better stop."
I probably would have passed out. So let's talk about a little bit more of the industry when it, if you're like an amateur or I don't know, is it like an entry level position? What is the pay scale?
Oh, I mean, it varies. You don't get paid much, to be honest with you. Sex workers or adult performers are, I believe, to some companies are dispensable. So they try to pay you the bare minimum. Some girls, some talent, if you have a name and you've been around, you can command a higher dollar. I don't, from a few $100s for somebody who's starting to a few $1,000s to somebody who's established.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask that over the past 30 years because it seems like the game is saturated. Like when I first started watching you, I was in high school and we had a tape and we would pass the tape around, Now it's like when you go on the site is 50,000. You know, before you can even get your nut off, you don't even know what video you really want to watch.
So many options.
You know, so what has changed? Like, what is the biggest change you've seen?
I think the one thing that I've seen is that, you know, we've taken the power of of uh, of the performer and the influence of the performer, put it in the hands of the performer. Apps like OnlyFans and Instagram, what they did was allow a person to like shape their brand and present themselves and also monetize their fan base, that their relationship with their fan base. So a performer can make movies and be on Pornhub, but they can also single themselves out and really cater to uh, 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 a fan base that's willing to pay for exclusive, for a unique access and experience with that performer. So they monetize that. So I think the power is shifted into the hands of the content creator. There's a lot more content creators, and I think porn stars were probably some of the first to actually utilize and reap the benefits of social media because they were so comfortable with a camera. They were already put themselves out there publicly, and so social media allowed them to like monetize that. And then along comes OnlyFans that really, you know, privatized that relationship, and in turn, you know, shifted the power, shifted the balance. Like I said, you know.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
I do.
Okay.
So is that like a conflict having a OnlyFans and being a adult entertainer?
Nah, there's no conflict.
Okay.
I mean, look how many got time in the day. I mean, it's just added to, and it's an addition.
Stream of income.
Yeah, it's a different stream of income, but it also, you know, everything that I put adult, explicit, is on OnlyFans. I don't even put it on my social media anymore. Okay. You know what I mean? Because I'm verified on all platforms. So, you know, the OnlyFans is behind a paywall, so you can't access it unless you know, are paying for it. Mm-hmm. And I can
how share. How much is your site a month?
I got it down. I realized I tried to get it up there like $15-$20. Nobody was willing to pay that.
Right.
Nah. So I knocked it down as much. I'm not as consistent with the content, and so I knocked it down. I think I charge like $5 a month, but you get everything. You get an archive of things. You get photos. You just get things you won't ever find on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook.
A lot of exclusive things.
Everything on there.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask you a question. When you talk about exotic dancers, do you see that a lot of the women that are in the porn industry started off as exotic dancers and they just went to another level?
They used to. It used to be like that. I think it's more now cam models. I'm not sure familiar with camming, but a lot of cam models come into the adult business. And then there's dancers. There's girls that are, you know, fresh out of school, college, who are just kind of like make some extra income. Mm-hmm. They fashion model, that actress, you know, mainstream actresses. So you can many walk of life if you feel like this. After that, not anymore.
So there was a question when we did part one that I wanted to make sure I asked the question when you were on camera. What makes a person an expert?
Like well, because everybody talks about that. I just think that if you show up and you know, there's a director and there's other actresses and actors, you got a crew, a film crew, and you can maintain a character for how long the production needs. I think that shifts you into the professional lane because you got other people counting on you. You're part of a production. You carry your weight. You know what I mean? yeah, it's
So it is not about how many hours you done clocked in, you know, in your bedroom.
It's about the value you bring to the set.
Right, it is. And it's no different than filming any other movie. You know, you have to be willing and ready to perform under any circumstance. It's because money don't make itself.
Now that's something that a woman can do. Can a man do that on demand? What do you have to do before the set starts, Mr. Marcus?
I usually go get a chocolate shake from In-N-Out and
You're going in and out.
I don't have a special routine.
Okay.
Sometimes sometimes I'll flirt with a female friend of mine's that has nothing to do with the scene, just to get my blood circulating. And but most of the times when I get to the set, it's usually just vibing with the talent. You know what I mean? It's just whoever I'm working with, go off and talk and get to know her a little better and establish some ground.
Do you take the blue pills?
I don't take anything.
Oh, not okay.
He's a
but that's only because. But that's because I've been around for a long time, and when I started, there was no Viagra, there was no Cialis, there wasn't anything. It was just only here, and so that's all I've ever had to use, and that's all I ever will use. It's just my mind,
so
mind over matter.
One of the characters that you're with, is that what they call
characters? Actress.
One of your actresses that you're with, have you ever, after the set, decided, oh, I want to see her outside of the set and, form a relationship with?
It happens. It happened. I mean, it's almost kind of, if the chemistry is that strong and then you have this amazing sex on top of that, then you're always curious about what else is there to explore. What else can you do together? And so then that's where that comes from. Mm-hmm.
Man,
yeah.
Wow.
So what's more comfortable for you, if you don't mind me asking? The OnlyFans, or would it be being on set, a big production set?
I like big productions, because I like the whole process of filmmaking. Okay. So I'm comfortable, but OnlyFans is a lot more intimate. You know what I mean? You got more control over the situation. You're probably going to get a more personal performance out of it, which is always, good to watch.
Do you have to manage your own fan page, or do you have someone doing that for you? Because I think that would be where it gets a little hard, having to perform and make sure that people get what they pay for.
Right. I mean, I'm surrounded by skilled camera people, editors, lighting guys. Okay. I mean, I'm always in good hands when I do stuff. Like I said, I like filmmaking, so I try to associate quality with everything I do. Mm-hmm. So except for right now, I'm just chilling in my.
I want to ask you a question. Is it when you're performing? Is it things that you will do and you won't do? Is it stuff that certain things are just off the table?
Yeah, I mean, this thing, I tell everybody, man, just do what you're comfortable doing. Don't feel like you're forced to do anything that you're not happy doing. You know what I mean? I've been approached to do all kind of crazy shit, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm also older too, so it's kind of like, I came into the business just looking at magazines, and that was my big thing. So luckily, I'm simple. So I'm not interested in a lot of extra stuff. That doesn't mean it's that's just my preference. But so I keep it simple. Yeah.
At some point, would you want to retire and dibble dab on something else? Have you thought about products as an extension to the business that you have now? Like coming out with your own line of massagers?
Don't they have a Mr. Marcus penis?
They do.
Yeah.
See, hold on.
I'm like, what?
What about
I have one at the crib. him.
What about the dowels? The dowels.
The dowels.
Do you got a dowel? I don't know if they make the men dowels. I think they do.
So I'm not at home right now. If I was at home, I'd show it to you, but I'm not at home. But yeah, got the dildo, vibrator. We're working on a NFT, a virtual NFT.
NFT. You never
Like
heard of NFT?
Going to the metaverse when you put goggles.
The metaverse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's good shit.
So let me ask you a question. I don't know the answer. I'm just gonna ask, and I know people gonna laugh when I ask, but I don't care because I want to know. We're out here. We at the table. We're gonna talk about it.
Absolutely.
Now, when they made your dildo,
Your dick toe.
oh my God, do they just take a picture or is it like a mold? How do they do that?
That was the actual mold.
Wow.
And it it's a whole process, but you walk in there, you got to keep your dick erect.
Okay.
And they basically, you stick it in this picture of like a molding clay, and you make an impression inside that clay. And then once, that you feel like the impression is accurate, they pour the actual dildo mold into it, and then they break off the outer mold. You have what's left is the actual replica of your dildo, of my dildo.
Veins and all.
How many times you had to go through that process?
Say again?
How many times you had to go through the process? Just one?
I actually did it twice. I did it twice. Because the first time I went and did it, my shit got, it's cold. The mold is cold.
Yeah.
So
it's so interesting to me.
So I went back and I had a female friend bring another friend, and they just kept me aroused through the whole process. So what you see is what's out there is accurate.
Okay, that's good shit right there. It seemed like a fun process.
So what is your website that people can go to get your product
and your book?
They can go to MrMarcus.com, or Doc Johnson. This is the shirt I'm wearing right now. DocJohnson.com, and then search Mr. Marcus, and my products will pop up.
Wait a minute, what's your name?
The Doc Johnsons?
The Doc Johnson, what is that?
That's good shit.
Yeah, Doc Johnson is the toy man.
Our engineer, girl boy, said, that's her favorite.
She know about the Doc Johnsons. She know about them. They selling out. That's good shit.
Well, he said you can go to his website. Maybe they online.
Yeah, they probably on the website.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to MrMarcus.com, there should be a link to the actual dildos, so you can do that too.
Oh, okay.
Do you have stuff of the complexion of African American people, or is it other complexions?
Mm-hmm. No, it's all black. I was the first black person over at Doc Johnson that had a dick molded after them, and now they got like 12 guys.
Right.
And 8 of them are colors, so you got variety. You can pick different guys, different forms, if you want. But mine's the best.
Y'all got options, ladies.
Yes, we do.
Y'all got options.
Sizes, someone bigger, someone smaller,
This wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. I was so nervous, I tossed and turned all night because I'm like, I don't even know what is happening here.
Well, after you jump on the website and get that package, you're going to be able to sleep good.
I think what a lot of people need to realize, our sexuality makes us human.
Yeah.
And it really makes us better people. Like I tell people all the time, you have an attitude, go bust a nut. Go torn. When I'm having a bad day, I promise you, before I get out the bed, I am on the site to bust one out before I endure the day. Because it can really help you from committing the crime that you really don't want to do.
I say it all the time. I have to have sex every day. Every day I have to have.
Well, lucky you.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. But yeah, it will keep you out of trouble.
I haven't gotten to that status, but you know.
You keep your head clear.
Well, some people said also take a bath. You know, like some
I
candles.
have jets in my tub, so I take care of. I kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do.
Mr. Marcus, we so appreciate
Greatly
you.
appreciate you.
Coming
We appreciate
by
your
and
time.
talking with us. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you, opening up your personal life. I mean, it's open, but I didn't know anything about it. So, I'm going to have to do some more research. I got another question, though, for you. So, first of all, how many times a day do you want sex? And how many times do you have to, where I can't even get the question.
Ejaculate.
I don't,
Like how many times, in one session can you go?
Probably they have a tendency to want it more often and go longer than men.
Okay.
They don't have to physically exert themselves like that. You know what I mean? Erect, hit the right spots,
Okay.
feed or stroke that thing long as come. So it's a lot more effort on our part.
Right.
And so I'm not always. I go through phases. I think everybody we always thinking about sex, and then when we come across someone who's actually more sexual, then we also become even more sexualized. You know what I mean? So if I'm in the mood and I come across somebody who's in the mood, shit happens. Things will happen. But that's human nature. So if I'm open like that and she's open like that, shit will happen. But I'm not always looking for it. I go through phases where it happens. I'm
like, this is mind blowing to me because I'm telling you, I read that it's like 35 or $35.9 billion a year in the industry. That is a lot of money, and that is a lot of sex happening.
Yeah, I mean, but it's all forms. I mean, it's strip clubs, it's sex toys, it's swinger conventions, it's it's sexual health, it's sexual supplements. I mean, it's a big business spread out over. It's lingerie, it's the different toys that you can buy. It's not just the actual sex act. Some people don't even need to have the sexual act, the act of sex to come. Sometimes it's the foreplay. Sometimes it's oral sex. Sometimes it's role playing. Like you guys were talking about earlier. There's a lot of things that can stimulate you sexually without actual penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you do that to let me know what that? Wow.
Oh yeah, man. We greatly appreciate you for dropping this game on us and dropping the game on Miss Carmen, and also we're gonna be sure to check out that site.
Can I ask you a question, and hopefully it's not embarrassing?
Go for it.
Do you stick with just women, or have you crossed over to males as well?
Nah, I have no interest in it. I have a lot of gay fans, a lot of bisexual fans.
Okay.
It just kind of came with the business.
Okay.
But there's a respect there. Most of my gay fans, they just, they understand I'm straight and that's that. But they still try. They still be trying to proposition.
Do they ever book you to come to things for them? The talking.
They have never really worked out. But I'm not one of those. I don't trip on people's sexual preferences. I'm not here to judge. You know what I mean? So I support as long as they should. I respect as long as it's mutual.
Right.
Got me?
One last question. I know we said that a couple times.
Well, I got a question before your last question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
I'm talking when you.
Go ahead.
So when you do the fans only,
only fans.
the only fans, do they show you like the demographics of who's coming to your site and stuff like that? And if so, how is it broken down? What's your biggest number of people who visit your site or have purchased subscriptions for you?
It's everybody. I used to think it was only one. I used to only expect to hear from like other black men, but it can be, young, old white lady, a married couple in India, a computer programmer in China,
a single mom from Detroit,
a single mom from Detroit.
Mr. Marcus, I think you have definitely left something inside of her.
No, don't make all my dreams come true.
You have definitely left a mark with Mrs. Lake. When I told her who was going to be a guest, she was so excited. She knew who you were. She was like, "Oh, wait a minute! I was like, what? Wait a minute!" So you definitely have a fan at this table.
No, I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thank you for having me. It's almost 30 years I've been in this business, and have conversations like this, still talk about the industry, like what it means to me and what it means, and to hear what it means to other people is, I think, is a lesson. You know what I mean? Like, it's still to be around for that. Thank you for including me in this conversation.
Thank you for giving us some of your time, man. We definitely appreciate you. Definitely. I got to get one of them T-shirts too, man. The Doc Johnson T-shirt. I got to get one. One more time, could you tell the people where to find you? Everybody already know, but just give it to them one more time for
your
us.
products and stuff like
where
that.
We can find everything at.
Right. Everything at MrMarcus.com, and social media is AKA Mr. Marcus for everything on social media. And if you want to get at me directly, just hit me in the DMs. I answer all my emails, answer all my messages personally. It's all me.
And let me say, I've never met you before. I've never seen you before. I've never heard of you before. But looking at your picture, you are a handsome young man, and your smile just speaks volumes.
Yes.
Thanks.
So we're going to let you go, Mr. Marcus. We know that, your time is precious, and we appreciate you spending it with us.
Definitely. You stay blessed out here, Mr. Marcus.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Lake.
Yes.
Did you enjoy that?
Absolutely.
She's smiling the whole time Mr. Marcus has been on.
I've been doing this for 30 years, about as long as he's been doing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was actually like one of the first male porn stars I was introduced to. So it is like meeting one of your idols.
Favorite scene?
Favorite scene will always be a double penetration scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, let the people know where we can find you at.
You guys can find me on Facebook at Lake Butler or lakeb.essence, and on Instagram you can find me as the Queen of Dark Love, Live with Lake, or lakeb_essence. So
can you show your products one more time before we leave?
Oh yeah, this anal plug we didn't talk about. But you guys make sure that you find time to pleasure yourself. That's going to be my goodbye message. Get a massager, use your thighs, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you find some joy out of this life, because life is too short not to have an orgasm.
Right. I agree. Thank you.
My pleasure.
We'd like to thank you for being here. Welcome back anytime.
I'm going to say we would love to have you back at the table.
Thank you.
Miss Carmen, let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on all platforms for Detroit Table Talk. You can find me just on Detroit Table Talk.
Any new books coming?
I'm working on volume 2 of Life Happens.
Okay.
So don't forget to get your book, Life Happens, Let's Be Friends, a children's book on autism and covenant relationships, understanding what God desires for you. And don't forget, guys, we still have a Anita Baker ticket that we will be giving away.
Also, we're looking for sponsors as well.
Yes, and if you would like to sponsor us, please hit us up in the Detroit Table Talk inbox, or you can go to Carmen Evans inbox, or you can go to Best Edit inbox, and we will definitely reach back out to you.
Most definitely.
There's a package, and we'll let you know the bronze, the gold, and the platinum package.
Sounds good. Anything else?
This was not, like I say, this was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I enjoyed Mr. Marcus. I appreciate him for answering the questions, no matter how,
raw they were.
Yeah.
I don't think they were raw.
And I appreciate Mrs. Lake for coming and
most definitely.
And sharing with us about the adult toys. I got a lot to think about. My goodness gracious.
A couple purchases you need to make.
I know.
Maybe.
I know. Hint, hint.
GB, where they can find you at?
Oh, y'all looking for me? They looking for me. If you looking for me, it ain't on.
But turn it on so we can get the message right.
Heck, I'm over here. You feel me? Listen. If you looking for me, baby, you can find me. Y'all, I'm girl boy everywhere. That's girl and boy. Don't put no slash. Don't put no space. Don't put no underscore. That's girl boy Peasy. That's Peeezy. Oh yeah, y'all. I'm Yo Fav on Instagram. That's YOFAV. Girl boy. And I'll be on that thing like hello.
You got new roles
Hello,
coming up.
world.
I see too.
Huh?
You got some new roles I see coming up.
Tell us about your roles.
Okay. Oh yeah. So I just finished the movie Captured by Carmen. Okay. Let's see. By Carmen Sheffield, and then directed by Urban Simplex. I just finished that, and then I got some roles for the Hustling movie coming on out too, and then I just went to an audition today too. So. We praying for that role too.
Oh,
you gonna get it.
It's yours.
You gonna get it.
Okay, then.
You gonna get that.
And where can they find you doing Wednesday?
Oh yeah, dang! I don't even know why I thought I was gonna leave that.
Welcome to the
Midday Vibes.
Hey.
All right, y'all. Each and every Wednesdays at 2 p.m. right here on the Midday Vibes on Podcastic. Y'all can catch me and Ebony K on that thing. And y'all already know she always got something to say.
Sugar box cocktails, all that.
Okay.
If you're looking for a mobile cocktail service, hit up the Midday Vibes. Ebony's wife has her own business, and she'll come on out to your
GB wife. GB wife.
I'm sorry, GB wife. Ebony will come out to your event, and she'll hook you guys up
And get you
get you all the way together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
It's been a pleasure being here with everybody. I appreciate being here with you, Carmen, GB, you, Lake. Mr. Marcus, I appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus.
Appreciate you, man.
And to
I'm
my
Dro.
awesome co-host, Dro.
I'm all right.
I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you more. Man, you can find me, Google me.
That's right.
BESTADDIT, Best at it. Some of the best music you ever heard in your life. Other than that,
What about your didn't you just do a new single or a new song?
it's kind of old now, so whatever. It's plenty shit. It's plenty music out here that I got that I'm saying on all streaming platforms. Whatever your vibe is, I'm pretty sure you can catch one with me. So just check that out. We'll catch y'all next Saturday.
And don't forget, if you're a new artist or if you're a Detroit artist, send in your music, send in your poem, send in your spoken word. Send it, and we'll make sure that we, feature you on Detroit Table Talk.
Yep, just shoot us an inbox, DM, however you want to do it, and we'll get that played for you. We ain't doing nothing but supporting and showing love.
That's right.
It's been another episode of Detroit Table Talk. We'll catch y'all next Saturday.
And get out there and vote.
Peace.